I was on Birthright, which is a free trip to Israel if you're Jewish. My first night of the trip, we went to the kibbutz bar at the kibbutz we were staying at, and Maor was my bartender. When I went up to order another drink, he said, "Oh, you should sit up here with me," and he gave me a free shot and said, "A free shot for a beautiful lady," and I thought he was super cheesy and full of shit. But yeah, we spent the whole night talking, and then the rest is kind of history. He won me over. Yeah, so what's your version of when you saw me coming into the bar?
It was like a boring Tuesday working at the bar. There were no people in the bar except for her group. And, just trying to have fun, trying to line up the mood. And I saw 3 girls walking to order a drink, and I'm like, hey, stay with me, keep me company. I was bored. Then, at that point, I noticed how beautiful Sarah is.
He was like, she'll do.
That's some good looking gal I got here in the bar. Let's see what's gonna happen. So we got her a drink and another drink. We got her drunk enough for her to see how beautiful I am. How would I convince her to spend the night with me? We ended up staying up all night.
It was sometime in October. We got really drunk at Corner Alley. And you brought up and said, we had run into someone from Birthright. When we got to talking, we had a lot of drinks. And you're like, let's just get married. And at first I was like, no way in hell. I'm not marrying. This is too soon. We've only known each other for 5 months, 4 months at that point. He's like, let's just go to the courthouse and get married. And then I was starting to get on board, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Because we were looking at exploring him going to school in the States, but it was so difficult to actually go through that path and very expensive. So we're like, let's just, that's a great idea. We were super drunk, and we're like, let's talk about it in the morning when we're sober, and then in the morning when we talked about it still sounded good. I went to a jewelry store while he was taking the test, and after I picked him up, we went back to the jewelry store, and we picked out a ring, and then he went back a couple weeks later, picked it up. He flew down for Thanksgiving? A couple days before I did for Thanksgiving to see my family, and he asked them for their permission, and they said yes, and then he proposed December 1st. This will be our third. Once in the courthouse. To each other. Yeah, we're not counting each other. Way more times. December 12th, October 18th, and then January 14th.
Mm-hmm. You just look at the goal. The goal is getting married. Okay, whatever's in the way doesn't matter. You just get yourself to the day of the wedding, and then you get married.